Hello, everybody. Nick Morganson here from the Empty the Bench Podcast Network. Haven't had a chance to really do one of these in a while. Been sick a little bit over the last week, but I'm back to full force. And it's time to discuss another controversial story going around in the world of sports. And yes, it has to do with the Yankees using torpedo bats. And everyone is probably saying, torpedo bats? What the hell is Nick talking about? Well, if you're living under a rock the past couple of days, or if you know, obviously the Major League Baseball season is officially underway. And what's happening now is the Yankees are using these bats that are, it basically moves the wood away from different parts of the bat, and it puts the sweet spot, or it makes certain parts of the bat more of a sweet spot, which will allow better contact and not getting sawed off in the process of this happening. So looking at these, it's confusing because you're saying to yourself, all right, these guys know what they're doing. They know what's happening. And it just led to a whole heck of a lot of controversy in the process. And it led to different things going on. And now people are saying, what the hell is happening with Major League Baseball and the Yankees? And I have the story, which I'm going to pull up here, because everyone is obsessed with this story currently, right now, about torpedo bats and is it legal? Is it not legal? Well, we're going to break this all down for everybody to really understand what is going on with these bats, because it led to some figures, bigger names, saying some stupid, ridiculous things that they don't want to get their facts accurate or done in the correct way. And now it's leading to stupidity from other people because they don't want to understand how the bats work. So in case you're wondering about the story of the bats, the Yankees hired an MIT educated physics professor at the University of Michigan, and they figured out about elongating the barrel of the bat, the fat part of the bat that generates the hardest and most contact. Now, it sounds great in theory. Doing so in practice, though, would increase the weight of the bat and slow down the swing speed, negating the gains in a larger sweet spot would provide. So the name of the professor, if I can find his name really quick, is Aaron Linhart, who started to consider the problem in a different way. And so he worked on these bats, changed the sweet spot up, and it's allowing a little more or less being sawed off in that regard. So they're working on the bats, getting them all fixed. And then the Yankees, who played the Brewers in the opening series, hit 15 home runs in their first 3 games, including 9 in game 2 of the series. So, and they ended up winning like 21-9. It was I'm a Yankee fan, by the way, just in case, so people don't use me as a bias. But it was like home run central in game 2. And now you're getting all these controversies from all the idiots around Major League Baseball. Oh, the Yankees are cheating. The Yankees are cheating. They're taking an advantage of it. No, they're not cheating. It's legal. It was approved by Major League Baseball, which most unintelligent MLB fans refuse to acknowledge, that if the bats were not legal and not approved by Major League Baseball, then the Yankees could not use these bats in major league games. So if you look at who was using the bat, okay, so they call it the bowling pin style, the bat, because of the way it looks. So Jazz Chisholm, Anthony Volpe, Austin Wells, Cody Bellinger, and Paul Goldschmidt all used the bat. They all hit home runs, coincidentally enough. And of course, everyone says, "Oh, you cheater, cheater! That's not a legal bet." It is. It is a legal bet. For the million times that people are calling these illegal bets, they're legal. They were approved by Major League Baseball, and people are going to be crybabies because the Yankees hit 15 home runs in three games. First of all, let's be honest, as Major League Baseball fans and sports fans, this pace is not going to be kept up. So they hit 15 home runs for 3 games, and people are have their and I hate this saying, but I have their tits in an uproar because they don't like the fact that the Yankees hit 15 home runs in 3 games. Okay, and that's the major problem here that people are having. They hit more home runs. It's an uproar. It's an uproar. We can't allow the Yankees to hit 15 home runs. First of all, just because you're using a torpedo bat doesn't mean you're going to hit more home runs. This all goes back to the theory of PEDs back in the day. Okay? And I read quite a few books on this. I read Game of Shadows and all those books. What they don't tell you in the books, same thing here, but they don't tell you, oh, well, PEDs made them hit the ball 500 feet out of the ballpark. Wrong. That's 100% wrong. Do steroids allow you to recover quicker? Do they make you stronger? Yes, but they don't make you hit the ball out of the ballpark. So are they illegal and are they against the rules? Of course they are. They're against the rules. But it doesn't make you a home run hitter. Same thing with these torpedo bats. Just because you're using a torpedo bat doesn't mean you're going to hit 500,000 home runs and you're going to be the next record-breaking home run, the season-breaking home run hitter. And people are all in an uproar because Aaron Judge hit 4 home runs in the opening series. Stop. It's baseball, okay? We need to calm down. We really need to calm down because this is getting ridiculous that we're worried about bats. Let's fix the sport for the issues that the sport is having. Rob Manfred needs to take his foot out of his own mouth, fix the media side, fix the right side, and figure that out. Now, the other part of this, which made me laugh across all of social media, was Dave Portnoy, the president of Barstool Sports, okay? Where he goes on, he does his stupid emergency press conferences and says, ban the Yankee torpedo bat before it ruins baseball. And by the way, Dave, you sound like an idiot, number one. Because, okay, so we have a comment on what the difference is when you do hit it, it goes further. Same with steroids. No, it's not. It's not the same thing. How many times do I have to say this? It's not the same thing. The bat is just like taking steroids in a sense. Now, the bat is legal. That's the one difference. But you still have to hit the ball out of the ballpark. The bat might give you more circumference on the bat, where if you use the other bat, maybe you do get sawed off more often. But you still have to hit the ball out. You still have to get the right pitch. You have to catch the ball on the bat in the right spot. Steroids, on the other hand, they make you big and strong, but they don't make you a Barry Bonds, 72 home run record break hitter. Okay? It's not the same thing to say that steroids or the bat make you better. It's a torpedo bat. Okay? I'm so like in a mood that people are taking this torpedo bat and turning it into, well, the Yankees are cheaters. They're not cheaters. Go look up the rules for Major League Baseball. It's a legal bat. That's what people are not getting. It's a legal bat. And usually I don't do this, but I'm absolutely going to beat the crap out of Dave Portnoy's comments that he made on social media. Because he's saying that the bat should be banned, the Yankees are cheaters, blah, 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 blah. Dave, if the Red Sox were using these bats, would you have made your emergency press conference and said that the bats should be banned? Would you be saying the same thing? Because I guarantee you right now, if the Red Sox were using these bats, we would see not an ounce of any chat from you guys, you Red Sox fans, if Rafael Devers hit 4 home runs in the opening series. Okay? And what I love also is I think Dave's kind of lost his touch a little bit also because he goes all over social media purposely looking for fights on Twitter. And he's now fighting with Jazz Chisholm all over social media on Twitter. And he's quote tweeting with these ridiculous pictures of a blown up torpedo bat, which is the funniest thing ever. So I think Dave sometimes just invites some of the drama that he brings. And this is more Dave just crying foul that his team is not hitting right now. And Rafael Devers looked like shit in the opening series against Texas. So if you're gonna, you got to play both sides of the ball. So, and be fair. And that's what's frustrating me because the Yankees, well, let me take that back. Major League Baseball had to approve the bats, which they did. And I saw Orioles players crying foul about the Yankees. I saw all of Major League Baseball crying foul. And here's the weird thing. So if the Yankees hit, 3, 4, 5 home runs, we wouldn't be talking about these torpedo bats right now. But because they hit 15 home runs in 3 games, that's why we're talking about it. And that's what's bothering me. And that's why I'm getting more and more frustrated about watching baseball because we can't get through a opening series without controversy happening in the game. And that's why baseball is frustrating to watch from time to time. Because you can't just enjoy the game for the game anymore. We have to purposely find a reason for why we hate on certain guys for doing certain things. I'm going to make this comparison again because somebody in the comment section, because I said it's like steroids. The bat is like taking steroids back in the day. The bat doesn't make you hit more home runs. Steroids don't make you hit more home runs. Steroids make you bigger and stronger, and you don't get as tired or injured as much, but they don't make you Barry Bonds, who had a record-breaking 72 home run season. It just does not. The bat, you still have to hit the ball out of the park. So, and when I looked up the scientifics, because apparently there was a whole MIT thing behind this whole thing of, well, this MIT guy created a bat and he took wood from the handle and moved it to the barrel so that when you get sawed off, that you actually hit the ball of the park. There's no logistics or reasoning proving that theory. So you still have to hit the ball out of the ballpark. You still have to be strong enough to hit the ball out of the ballpark. And that's really the thing that's driving me crazy as I continue to read the stories. And then I find out that Giancarlo Stanton might have been using this bat last year. And people are saying that that's the reason why he hit 7 home runs in the playoffs this past season. Which, by the way, you still have to hit the ball out. So he still had to hit 7 baseballs out of the ballpark to get 7 home runs. And this whole thing, like, everyone's looking for a reason to shit on baseball. Okay. And I used to love baseball way back in the day. It was the first sport I became a fan of. Okay. I was a Yankee fan for a very long time before I got into becoming a Nets fan or becoming a Jets fan. So the way I look at it is basically people need to give baseball a break, a rest, because I think home runs are good for baseball, even though people say, oh my God, the ball's flying out of the ballpark. That's good for baseball. I know people forget this dumb saying, but chicks dig the long ball actually changed the game. What do you say? You're missing my point. When you do hit it, it could go further because of increased strength. No, again, that's not the point. Not the point. Steroid. This is a dumb argument. I'm not even going to fathom this argument because it's ridiculous. But the argument, just to finish, because this guy keeps coming at me with this argument, they both don't make you godly at the plate. They don't. The bat, you could make the sweet spot on the barrel of the bat 100 inches long. Does it mean that if you hit the barrel of the bat, you're going to hit the ball out for a home run every time? No. Because everything has to go right on a swing for it to be a home run. That's why, in theory, like, because I get mad at this all the time. Well, pay that guy the big bucks because he's a home run hitter. Okay, what does that even mean? I always wonder when someone says they're a home run hitter, sign this guy for millions of dollars because he's a home run hitter. What does that mean in theory? Because you could be a power hitter. That's what I really think people should be saying. It's not a home run hitter. It's a power hitter because they have the ability to hit the ball out of the park. And if you found a legal advantage, I wouldn't even call it an advantage because baseball already knows about it. But if you found a way within legal standing to hit the ball better, wouldn't you take advantage as a Major League Baseball team and say, oh, look, I found a bat that has more of a sweet spot on it so I can hit the ball further and better and I can catch the ball more? And when I watched Dave Portnoy's video, he basically said Anthony Volpe sucks as a baseball player, and that's why he needed the bat, which is a ridiculous argument. If you ask me, Dave, worry about your Red Sox. Your team went 1-3 to start against the Texas Rangers. I know you're jealous because the Yankees started better. Get over it. Stop crying. Stop crying foul because your Red Sox are not hitting as well. And stop with the Twitter arguments. You look like an idiot. It's sad. It's desperate attempt at trying to build drama for content reasons. And you look like a jerk. You're crying foul. Okay? And I'm just going through the different thing here just to see if there's any other legitimate situations or anything else that guys are talking about. And other players are getting mad. Like, so use the bat. Use the Torpedo Bat. It's legal. That's why I'm not getting. And Dave blowing up a bat of Jazz Chisholm at the plate is ridiculous. The Red Sox should just go get a bat. And actually, I just remembered this as well. Aaron Judge, who hit 4 home runs in this series against the Brewers, didn't use the Torpedo Bat. So what's your explanation for Aaron Judge? Because Aaron Judge did not use the Torpedo Bat like some of the other players. Oh, well, he did something to his bat. No, did not. Get over it. It's just funny seeing all these memes and all these different things of people getting upset over the Torpedo Bats. I'm like, guys, grow up. Grow up. Like, seriously, grow up. because Major League Baseball needs to evolve, number one. And it's just funny. And I'm looking at some of the rules for what the Torpedo Bats need to meet the criteria. And MLB bats must be made from one piece of solid wood, be no more than 2.61 inches in diameter at their thickest part, and not exceed 42 inches in length. Okay, so there's no problem. So I don't understand why people are going nuts in this situation. Okay? And if it helps to hit the ball, who cares? It's not illegal. It's not a corked bat like Sammy Sosa, who claimed afterwards, oh, I didn't know I was doing it. Or it was an accident. Or my favorite is, oh, I was using a corked bat in batting practice. That's cheating. That's legitimate cheating. You can't put cork in the middle of a bat. All right? So just changing the sweet spot on the bat, as long as it meets the MLB criteria for what a bat is supposed to be, that's all that matters. So guys like Dave Portnoy, who are crying foul and saying the bat should be banned, grow up. You're just not happy as a Red Sox fan that your team is not performing so far early on. So if you're going to be a crybaby, go cry and sulk privately, because you're sending the wrong message to people who don't understand the situation and don't understand how the bats work. Okay? It's a freaking bat. It's not steroids. It's not, or you know what the other situation we can compare this to as well? The sticky tack situation, where people were using the sticky substances. That actually could affect the game. And that's why they didn't want people using the spider tack stuff like pitchers were using. Okay? That could actually affect the way the game is done. Changing the sweet spot of the bat, as long as it's within the legal parameters, who cares? We're making a big deal out of nothing. It's such a blatant overreaction to what these bats do. It's almost laughable in that regard. Okay? And people need to take a chill pill. Okay? And it's a blatant overreaction, again, because the Yankees hit 15 home runs at 3 innings. All right? People need to shut up and let Major League Baseball play out. It's the first series of the Major League Baseball season. And we're already complaining about issues within the game. Okay? It's just like, can we watch baseball in peace without having to yell, oh, torpedo bats, TV contracts, media issues, Rob Manfred sucks. Okay, fix the damn game then. And stop complaining about bats, because that's not the worst thing that's going on with the sport. How about fixing the age demographic for Major League Baseball? That the average age is somewhere between 40 and 60. That you don't have young people watching baseball as much anymore. That's the problem we should all be worried about currently. Not if torpedo bats are going to cause more home runs. Which I don't see how that's a bad thing, to be honest with you. If the bats didn't meet the legal parameters, yeah, that's fine. If they're not legal, take them out of the game. But according to all the reports that are out there currently, the bats meet the legal standard that it needs to be. So people need to take a chill pill, take a load off. And if they want to use the torpedo bats, use the torpedo bats. I don't care. So, and it's not only the Yankees who are using the torpedo bats also. Major League Baseball just dropped a tweet about 3 minutes ago. Some players across the league are using torpedo bats. Torpedo bats are defined by an untraditional barrel, which rests closer to the hitter's hands. The bats are designed with more wood concentrated in the area of the bat where the hitter is most likely to hit the ball. Okay, so all of Major League Baseball is using the bats. So I don't want to hear this bullshit that the Yankees are the ones that were gaining an advantage from the system of Major League Baseball using torpedo bats. Okay? Hey, Dave Portnoy, shut your mouth, get your facts correct, and then come back online and admit the fact that it's not just the Yankees that are using the torpedo bats. Okay? Because now MLB has confirmed that there are multiple players around Major League Baseball using the torpedo bats. So your facts are incorrect. Okay? Maybe like everything else, you should get your facts checked too. Tired of this BS. I want Major League Baseball to be watchable. Okay? Because for many years, Major League Baseball has not been watchable. It's a declining sport with declining revenue that is in a lot of trouble because of their media rights. Okay? They lost their ESPN deal. Could they ever come back together? It's possible. But Major League Baseball is a declining revenue sport, getting older in age, and the game is just not fun to watch anymore. They got to do something. And if torpedo bats are going to lead to more home runs, maybe that'll lead to more of the ratings being up as well. So, grow up, leave it alone, and let's have fun with Major League Baseball. Okay? Torpedo bats are legal, and they're not destroying the sport. And someone should go tell Dave Portnoy that if the Red Sox were using these bats, he wouldn't have said a damn word. And on top of that, Dave would have made a video saying, "Oh, look, we're hitting all these home runs, and the big bad Yankees are not." Because that's what he does, a shit stirrer. And because the Yankees are playing better for the time being, he's going to be pissed off and blame it on the Yankees for using torpedo bats. It's stupid. It's such a stupid, ridiculous argument. And I don't blame Jazz Chisholm for going back and forth with Dave, because this argument is just such a stupid thing. It's ridiculous. All because Dave is looking for his content to blow up. He needs someone to argue with. But I don't know anymore. It's so ridiculous. So Jazz Chisholm actually wrote a tweet about 3 hours ago. Okay, explanation, the barrel is bigger and within MLB regulation. For the idiots that say it's moved to the label, you're an idiot. Nobody is trying to get jammed. You just move the wood from the parts you don't use to the parts you do. You're welcome. No more stress. So I think he explained that correctly. Who wants to get jammed as a hitter? No one. And like I said, if you could do it legally, fine. But it's such a ridiculous thing. And by the way, Dave got a Twitter fact check because he said Aaron Judge was using a torpedo bat when he was 100% wrong on that fact. So obviously not paying attention. But that's pretty much all I have to say here. If you want to check us out and check out the Empty the Bench Podcast Network across our platforms, youtube.com/ETB Network. If you want to find us, like and subscribe. Try to get back to doing more of these rants. So subscribe, youtube.com/ETB Network to find out more and when we'll schedule some more of these rants to be available as well. All right. To everybody watching, have a good day. Enjoy Major League Baseball being back. And just relax about the Torpedo Bats. Okay? And Dave, stop being an angry old man and just run Barstool Sports. That's all I got to say about that. You're just not happy because the Yankees are hitting and the Red Sox are not. Have a good day, everybody. See you next time.